If you know, you know. If we still not, we don't really.
That's the tag.
Is that the tag?
Nah, it can't stick.
I've
It can't
set guys, I just set up the social media page for it.
Yeah, it's
That's
can't stick.
crazy.
That's the TikToks there.
I like the,
The
fit
TikTok,
though.
the TikTok.
fit is-
TikToky.
TikTok. Yeah, I like
The
the
fit
TikTok.
is fitting.
100%.
The suit is suiting though.
Oh, I like
But
that.
the combinations together, because you know pink and blue go, innit? Like in terms of the colour wheel. So when they're doing trends, like pink or fuchsia, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah?
I don't like where this is
I don't know where you're on, but
Yeah,
I
I
hear
don't
it.
know.
What I'm saying is that, did you look, because I didn't get that memo. I'm just saying.
Oh, what, the dress code?
Yeah.
But we can see that what you're wearing though.
But I,
Sorry, that was loud. Yeah, we can see that you
They might not
you
see
got
it.
both pink and blue on. So,
Yeah, so
I don't understand what you're trying
what's
to make it
happening?
up for.
I've
So you
got-
must.
I got the blue. I got
You got pink and blue.
Where's the pink?
Prove it.
Exactly.
Well done.
You got pink hairline.
There you
highlights.
go. There you
Well
go.
done.
Listen, we're back
The
in the
weekly
weekly
wrap up.
Culture's biggest conversation.
CBC, come on.
Come on, we say eat clean, move mean.
I
I like that.
If
Come
you
on, you
know,
already know.
Like the
you
way
know. And if you don't know,
Get to know, innit?
There you go.
you done know.
You don't know. You don't know already.
So let's get into this week's one. Smoke and mirrors.
So much to speak about with that, man.
Has it become just a tactical way of life that there's a level of manipulation that's in everything?
Can you break that one down exactly what you just said? Because it might have gone over some people's
Yeah,
heads.
I'll break it down. In every area of life, the idea that someone's always leading you down a garden path, and you think you're the main character. If you like, remember,
Well done.
there's real main characters that make you feel like you're the main character.
But really, it's a simulation.
It's a simulation.
Do you see what I'm
AI.
saying?
AI.
But it happens everywhere. From boardrooms to bedroom, this setup
Boardroom to bedroom.
everywhere. So whether it's in your 9 to 5, whether it's in your
Love life.
yeah, your
relationship.
business, entrepreneur, your friendship circles,
Yep.
that WhatsApp group we always talk about.
It's a
Everyone's got WhatsApp
devastating
group.
place to when you finally realize that you've been bamboozled, you know.
That
Bamboozle.
word is so crazy.
Because that's what it is. Because I was trying to think about it in terms of when you mentioned smoke and mirrors, and I was thinking to myself, hold on, is that the new packaging or an extended level of fake it till you make it? But actually, it's a whole nother 48 laws of power vibe.
Yeah, I think it's another tactic in order to get what you're trying to get out of life in that relationship
Without
conversation.
compensating anybody else.
But listen, everybody's casualty is what it seems like nowadays. Like I think everybody can get it. Anybody can get it. In the sense of, I think it's just everybody's kind of self-driven, my goals and, you know, what I'm trying to get out of life and, you know, that whole YOLO situation. I think that's what birthed it all.
You reckon?
What, Drake?
Yeah, no, I didn't say Drake, but the whole YOLO situation birthed it all
only live
because
one-
it turned
I
everybody
agree.
really selfish and, you know, one-way
I
aspect of
agree
looking
with
into
that.
life.
The worst one, where you said fake it till you make it before we get into the segments, is, for me, it's worse when you do that to your own self. We're talking about people doing it to you.
Delulu.
Some people are,
You can bamboozle yourself.
Yeah.
How so?
because they're faking it till they make it, but they never make it.
Yeah, but
That's crazy.
Because they're selling themselves. Some people sell themselves a dream.
yeah, it's true. That's true. Actually, it's
But
psychology.
you know what's crazy?
But it's smoke and mirrors, so that you make to everyone look like,
so it's black mirrors.
bruh.
It's black mirrors because then the way you then see yourself is no longer even who you are.
Yeah, but you know who used
That
to do that?
happens though, right? Is that just
At a
that?
high level, do you know who used to do that? And he was commended for it. Steve Jobs. They used to call it Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi
Like,
mind trick, innit?
the mind games. That's
Yeah.
the original mind game.
But we're back in smoke and mirrors because that's him doing it to the whole of his workforce or his.
No, but I think you
But
do
I'm
it.
saying, imagine him doing to himself.
Yeah, but I think you have to do it to yourself before you can do it to everyone else because you have to
have to
believe the
practice on
hype.
yourself.
Yeah, you have to believe. You see that talking in front of the mirror and psyching yourself up.
Yeah.
Which was positive before is
Yeah, all
now
that
it's
positive affirmations and blah,
it's
blah.
affirmation. So
But you
right
said,
now,
I'm the best worker,
Yeah,
I've got the best
exactly.
business, but you've never applied for a
so
job.
you have to.
You know what's crazy, yeah? It's so mad because I don't want us to segue or go like drift off too much, but
man.
I feel like that's where the term dark manipulation comes from because it's a heightened level of convincing not just yourself but everybody around you that something is blue when it's red.
It's red, yeah. I mean, from the first key point here, at least, just don't lie to yourself. Let's start from there. I'm not saying do it to others, but the worst person you can do this to
is yourself.
Is your own self. When it doesn't come out to turn to anything positive, like you sell yourself a dream, but you're living a nightmare in front of everyone, but you keep selling your own self.
And they can see you're living a nightmare.
I think that's the issue, though. I think it's too late because I think it's part of society.
Wow.
It's embedded.
Yeah, it's embedded in society to sell yourself that dream.
That's scary.
Because that's the only way you can get through the day. You know, I think it stems from that. You know,
starts from that
self-convincing. Positive affirmations.
I blame social media.
And yeah, it's always social media.
Because that's smoke and mirrors. The social media,
that's the platform. That's the platform.
Sold a lot of people dreams that they cannot live up to. But you believe, like I say, you wake up every day. They're not even. You're just going online. Whoever you're following is telling you, or whoever you're stalking, is telling you that you're going to be this, you're going to be that. Keep doing, but nothing's happening outside of that device.
There's little self guide plan to get there.
Yeah,
no
structure. Going back to structure. There's no. At least if you're waking up at 3 a.m., even though we know you just come out of the club.
Yeah.
When you're waking up at 3 a.m., there's routine. There's all of that. Yeah. Some people are watching and go, "That's me."
Yeah. But it's not.
It's never done that in their life.
You've never done a chin up in their lives,
bro. They've never.
But I'm watching Ashton Hall.
They're not even eating.
Do you know what? I was gonna just mention that
mean.
because they're not. No. Many people ain't eating clean to move mean. But see that Ashton. What's his name?
Ashton Hall.
Hall guy. That whole thing that just went viral and everybody then started doing their own version of what they feel they have to put their best version forward. When you haven't woken up at 3 a.m. in your life.
Let alone
you achieve the client at 3
exactly.
p.m. But
I'm not saying he hasn't. This ain't about him. I'm just saying that it then forces people down that rabbit hole. This is what now I need to do to get in front of the masses.
So crazy.
But yeah, I think that we can go on about that forever.
Before we dive into the segments that you lot have prepared, all the examples that you prepared.
It's 22, by the way. I'm just saying, I don't know why I thought to mention that. Just saw the clock down there.
Right.
I don't know what that means.
It
means something to someone.
That's smoke and mirrors.
Exactly. It means, see, that's that affirmation of,
Yeah, so now I believe that something's going to happen.
If I say something at this time,
it means now all of a sudden, that's a manifestation.
That's a perfect example.
But what I was going to say is this, before we go into that, this define smoke, because we kind of went a bit forward.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. If you think about smoke and mirrors, the idea is that the smoke, there's never a fire
without smoke.
Yeah, but sometimes there's no fire. It never ended up in a fire. It never turned into something.
It was just a force.
And you're blowing the smoke in anticipation to someone else thinking something's going to be something, and it just never amounts to it. And the idea of just the smoke and the mirrors, because it gives you this kind of, you call it delulu, like it gives you this...
It's not real.
This false sense of... Reality. And I don't even want to go too deep on the mirror thing, but if you don't have the right concave lens,
Man came with the concave... Bro, some people don't know what that is. You're selling someone a dream.
But back in the days, the gym mirrors used to make man look like we was bigger.
Yeah. And that was the trick.
For real?
Yeah, but they were never, bro. Because
our man look wedge in the mirror.
But in the mirror,
but man look wedge in real life.
Yeah, but we were wedger in the mirror.
Wait, the mirror. Now, but what it was, the mirror kept us there longer, and then eventually, man.
It's concave mirror. So when you're looking at it, things are looking
like 10% more.
And
perfect example, the psychology of such establishment or just to make you the person paying your monthly that you're doing a good job.
Yeah, that it's working out.
But when I went home and looked at the real mirror, normal mirror, I was like, rah, like I'm leaking.
The mirror
leaking muscle. Yeah. Where's all this gone?
Yeah, rah. But
that's the definition of smoke. Yeah, listen.
It's got
you meet someone that
got a slow puncher.
Rah, bro, you lost weight.
Yeah, I've got a slow puncher.
So that's smoke and mirror. So we're trying to get into that, saying, is that become the way of life, the tactics that everybody has to adopt, whether at work, in a relationship, whether in your personal, whatever it was. Is that what society has become now?
Okay, so in other words, like what the Hakimi hustle.
Perfect example.
That's smoking mirror, yeah?
Yeah. So what's the backdrop for those that are not into football? But I'm sure that went viral anyway.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was Hakimi, who plays for PSG, was going through a divorce.
Right.
And whilst the divorce is going on, that's when the wife finds out that literally there's no assets because all the assets are in his mum's name. So technically, yeah, he should be asking you for money rather than the other way around. So
there's nothing.
Yeah, so she found out real quick. Yeah, that there's nothing. The funds are not funding.
So everyone knows that. And if you don't know, go and search that because that's happened for
Hakimi hustle.
But it's the benchmark. It's the go-to.
We're calling it the Hakimi hustle, and I think it's one of those ones where so.
Was he hustling though? Or was he protecting?
No, I wanted to ask the question.
Go for it.
Is that a business? Going back to tactical.
Yeah.
Is that smoke and mirrors or actually a tactical move to protect himself in the event of?
It's mad. It's mad because
based on previous examples.
Based on the previous examples, we should never find out if it is a tactical or if it's business because if the reason why they're together is based on love, then if they break up,
everybody wins.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a case of you looking for finance. In other words,
right.
innit? So
you're right. And
but on his side, it was
it worked perfectly for him.
Calculated.
It worked perfectly. But you said it in the context of when she found out during the divorce. So before then, I think that's what the smoke and mirrors is. If we're ever gonna label at any point, you're with someone, a personal relationship, romantic relationship, business relationship, but you don't know the fine print until it goes left. So did she know before that?
No, I think obviously she didn't know because it would have been a case of we're living that lifestyle.
So he lied to her. That's what.
No, I don't think it's a lie. I think it's a case of what's publicized. Yeah, she assumed he's a footballer. She knows there's salary. She knows everything's publicized. She knows what the contract is.
There's nothing in his name.
There's nothing in his name.
But how are you assuming that?
Because of the lifestyle.
But watch this, yeah.
Because we're not calling mum before we buy something. We're just buying. We're just standing together.
If her agenda was never for that in the first place, her finding that out halfway through the divorce, she shouldn't be upset.
I think she should still be.
Nah, she should be upset.
She should be.
I'm not saying that that's what I think.
This is not about what I think you think. I think she should still be upset because
that's your partner.
Even if she went in there with ill intentions, the fact of the matter is, whatever's happened that we are now getting a divorce, she should still be entitled to something. Yeah, I think women should always be entitled to something.
What makes it worse is her assumption allows her to bring a calculator.
Yeah, to the divorce, and then it was like error.
The 0, 0,
yeah, you had to do the 0.4. What's it? BODMAS. She had to do the BODMAS, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't working.
It wasn't working. That's crazy.
And I would have loved to be there when Mum come out because I know he's.
You know why?
He's African,
and we're not even gonna have time to get into that because Mumsy knowing all of this time,
shut down,
and saying to daughter-in-law when it was good, well done, my daughter, you're keeping son happy, but knowing,
it's mad.
So smoke and mirrors. So I'm saying to you that it's not only him that's portraying the smoke and mirrors, the whole family.
Yeah.
Because Mum knows that you ain't got none of this.
You're not in the loop.
You're not in the family.
So was you ever in the family? No, but was you ever?
No, but
no. I like that because you're married into the family, but you don't know the family secret. Is what he's saying?
Because at that point, is it love or leverage?
But I feel that there's a lot of that going on.
Facts.
In real life, real time, and a lot of people are not aware. It's when the storm comes true, then you realize that, hold on, you've been married to yourself.
I think it's set up. It's set the way forward because I think as a community, the whole prenup situation, we don't really look into it because, as you said, is it love or is it leverage? I like that. I think that's big because it's a case of if we're going in it for love, then. If we're going in it for love, then you should sign the prenup because, we know nothing's going to happen in it. Yeah. But if you're going in it for leverage, and I'm saying to you, or she's saying to you, sign the prenup, and you're like, whoa, but why do we? If you're looking too much into that, then that's the there's always red flag.
Exactly, there's a motive already set from the get-go.
But without dwelling, obviously, because there's other examples, but without dwelling on the relationship side too tough, What if these things were just communicated from the get-go? Like, because love should allow you to be able to be like, look, so that there's an understanding, because sometimes things are not definite.
Yeah.
Like, so that
Nothing
there's an
lasts forever.
understanding, this is what will happen in the eventuality that maybe this possibly happens.
Exactly. So that's why we said
That's
about the
more
prenup.
real.
But that's why smoke
Without
and
even
mirrors.
having the prenup. Like,
Do you
it's
know
just
what?
a
That's
verbal
that's
like-
funny because even in this case, even if they had that conversation, she would still be left with nothing.
Not really.
But
because-
Yes, because the hustle's still a hustle. Everything's still with mum.
But she knows. It's not at the time that you're bringing
No,
out
because the
calculator.
prenup would say if anything was to happen between us, then you'd have half.
I'll tell you what will be
Then
crazy.
you'd get half, and half
was-
of nothing is still nothing.
No, but you can still write that in, because he could have just done that on
He's
a
not
thing
going to
for
write in the
protecting
prenup that my
himself.
mum
But
has.
that's what it was for.
Exactly. It wasn't to
But then-
hustle her.
No, when I say hustle, it's a hustle in the sense where even if there was a prenup, that she would still be left with nothing.
But don't you
Because
think-
there's not we're not saying this is there's 20 million, so if we was to break up, you'd get half of that. We're just saying if anything was to happen, you'd get half.
Yeah, but
Of
people keep
what
things close to
number?
their chest of different reasons. Some intentionally smoke and mirror, some trust levels, some they've been burnt in the past. Everybody has a reason why they get to where they get to, innit? He might have been told by someone.
Yeah,
to say,
I think seeing it happen to so many people, like for example, other footballers that it's happened to, that Gareth Southgate is one, or Gareth Barry, sorry, where they've been taken to the cleaners. Ryan Giggs is another. They've been taken to the cleaners when it comes to divorcing. I think a lot of footballers with their family members will probably shield them
they've
and
got to
make sure.
shield
Do you
them.
know
They
what?
do that all the time.
If it's for love, then you be good. If not, then
Yeah.
she ain't leaving with nothing. But I want to see it's like that legal armor around you and it making sure that you are fine. But how does it work in the workplace?
The workplace, bro, I think it's the same. It's the same thing. And when you mentioned prenup, I know that we've got the example of Birdman as well. That they were like together for 6 years.
Yeah.
Then got married.
Him and Tony Braxton.
Then got married.
Yeah.
Then it didn't work out after what, a year or less?
I think a couple months. Yeah. So they were dating for what, 6 years.
Yeah.
Finally got married, and then after a couple months, divorced, no prenup. She taken him to the cleaners.
Jeez.
So where is the smoking mirrors in that aspect?
But you know what? Culture's biggest conversation. Some of these things goes back to what we've been also taught in the culture. Like to say when you get with someone, prenup, that's not cultural.
For us, yeah, no, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? So away from the Hakimis and the Birdmans and the Tonys Braxtons at local level,
At ground level.
At ground level, that's not taught like that.
Yeah.
And going back to even end of life,
Remember,
a lot of
at ground level, not even financially.
even writing a will, writing a will was a long time frown. Like the parent, are you trying to kill me?
Wow, we're
early?
talking of death.
Are you trying to kill me early?
Yeah,
like in our culture, some things are tabooed in that way, innit?
I think it's because we get together and we are growing something, whereas those aspects we're coming to the table with something. But we should be coming together with our pennies together and saying, as you just said, that whole if the worst was ever to happen,
strategize.
planning,
Yeah, 'cause that's what I'm saying, is
looking at it as a business.
Exactly. Is it planning? Because going in planning that, and some people have that level of manipulation power. For me to plan it from the
It
beginning,
means that you've got ulterior motives.
it's that, and it's that bit. And I think being mature mentally enough to not see that is also a problem that I think or challenge other people have. Because if I'm planning, even in business or in a romantic relationship, and someone else, your partner's planning, and you're both on the same page and you get why you're doing it, because you're both mature enough to be like, it's not because you've got other agendas, isn't it? But if you go in planning, the next thing is like you're hiding something from me because you're trying to do this after X amount of years and clean me out.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that mindset.
Yeah, I think like you said, if when we get together, we're not both adults anyway, because it's either she's advanced or you are. Like I know, like she's gonna be advanced and I'm still a kid mentally.
Yeah.
Whereas men, we develop slower than women. So that conversation will hit you back, especially if you're then gonna take that conversation to your friend circle and have that conversation, whether it's males or females, and it's a case of It's what that third party tells you in the sense of, is he planning something, or is she planning something? I think it's just that doubt where there should be no doubt. If you're going into it, as we said, and we have no doubt that there's going to be any negativity, or we're gonna crash and burn. It's something we should discuss.
But I'm going to segue into this before we go into the workplace, because there's setups in suits that's in the workplace still. But the basketball player,
Gil Arena.
Okay, yeah.
The man pointing at me like
because you got the facts.
I know.
It's on the fact finding.
Gil Arena,
The backstory is bought an engagement ring with his engaged partner at the time, fiancé to bride to be, and to the tune of about $400K. $400,000, or $500,000. This is not an exact figure.
Does it matter if it's dollars? It doesn't, does it?
It doesn't matter. No, when it hits certain numbers, it don't even matter. But didn't work out in terms of whatever happened in the relationship. They broke up, and what he did when we talk about planning.
So then it's that. Sorry, I'm stuttering because that Hakimi hustle. Then sounds like this is a better hustle because this is premeditated.
I don't know if it's a better one. I think it
definitely is because he planned it. He saw what he was going to lose.
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you the backstory because what he did is found a way to come back in. And this is where it gets interesting. Apologies and whatever you got to do.
So he sub-story.
So he manipulated himself back into the situation.
But you know why he did
with
that?
No intention to stay in the situation.
Because he left too quickly and realized there's a 400 grand ring sitting back there. So what he's done after the event is, I need to get back in there.
So his intentions was never to get back.
He lit the gas to get back in.
The gas was lit.
Yeah, the gas was lit. He lit the gas. He lit the gas, knowing that it was going to burn the building down. Went in, and got his belongings and ran out.
Exactly, but the way he done it was interesting because he bought a replica that was still to the tune of $20,000.
So the exact same ring, but less clarity on the diamond.
Yeah. And I'm thinking even 20K is...
Yeah, I'm saying,
but he's like, the better of the 400 or the 20?
20,
Gets back in, everything looks like it's going well. He swaps out the ring.
What, so he just...
Where she probably left it, maybe doing something or whatever, And for a few, you just don't swap it and leave because then everyone starts checking their pockets. Swaps it out and stays for a bit and then exits.
You know what? What would make that whole story worse, is that if he did all of that, was still clarting cheeks and all of the other stuff that comes with a relationship. It's crazy. You can feel free to press that if you... But, because that's not even that's real though. That's not even a pausable moment.
No, that's not plausible. That's just nuts.
But if he's still doing all of those things, then it makes it worse because there's
manipulation.
There's coercion.
No,
it's false pretense.
It's everything.
Some might say kidnapping.
It's robbery, bro.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you've given something to someone and you swap it with a replica,
but he gives
he Ocean 11'd her.
Yeah, that's not bad. See, but this is smoke and mirrors because the smoke and mirrors element, we always have to call out the smoke and mirror, was the going back. Because you went back for
with no
we're gonna be
intentions of
okay.
staying,
This might become the marriage. The future, smoke and mirrors.
But question to you, and without offending, I'm just trying to paint a picture.
When someone says without offending him,
it's like saying respect,
respect.
But honestly, I mean
disrespect you.
I mean it, because I just want to paint a picture for the conversation to expand. Do you consider that as financial wisdom, like a level of wisdom there? Or is that because there's an element of, even if he's premeditated,
he's trying to make it sound all right.
No, but even if he's premeditated this, wait, let me land. Even if he's premeditated this, and there's an element of skullduggery and trickery, we know that much. But there's still an element of but I don't want to leave her with nothing.
He left her with nothing.
What, the 20K?
Nah, come on, man. So from the lifestyle that she was used to living to 20K.
I'll paint it.
And that ring, she can't get 20K for it.
The ring wasn't lifestyle.
I'll paint it.
No, I'm saying the lifestyle was what they were living.
I'll paint it.
And then the gift.
I'll paint it. I'll paint it like this. The 400,000, you said it's probably $500,000, even to the tune, whatever it is, So let's just talk about the diamonds. What he valued her at when he bought that 400K.
Exactly.
And then what he decided to do at 20K.
I agree.
It's the... If you want to ask about, is it right? It's the value. The value was, he thought, actually, no, I'm not going to be here. You're not worth that. Yeah. So here's a little something. Thanks for your time and thanks for your service.
I don't even think it was here's a little something. I think it was just a case of, he Ocean 11 the situation because
Ocean
he
11
stole
is
he stole the Picasso and left the fake.
Yeah.
You have to leave something behind.
it, yeah, you have to leave
Otherwise,
some-
So I don't think he was valuing her.
That's really good.
I think he had to leave something. I think the truth has
the
only just
story.
come out now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would
How
have.
did he get caught?
He didn't get caught. He just came out with it.
came
Now-
out
with the story.
Yeah,
I think he came
the
out
dust
with the
is
story.
settled.
Why
didn't
would
it?
he do that?
Why
Because
not?
you know
The
what?
dust
It's-
is settled.
yeah, that's another. You
After
know
a
what?
while, you own the Picasso. You own the Picasso.
it becomes
now.
the real one. But
You
then
can-
he's not lying to himself. He got his money's worth. Put it that way. But I always say, to your question, the real answer is if we swapped the situation round, would you still ask the same question?
Because I think maybe we don't get out
If
alive.
your 75-inch TV,
Really,
No,
everybody dies.
I didn't actually say that.
No, I'm
said
just
I don't know
asking.
if we get
Are
out
we-
alive.
Yeah,
if
then-
your 75 or 85-inch TV was swapped out,
No, but the problem with
it
that,
still looks
analog
it's the
one.
same.
Black and white one.
if it's the same size,
It's the same size, but the
it's not
functionalities are not—they're not the same.
What you're saying is-
but guess what? You keep
It's a
turning it on,
black and white
thinking,
one.
"What's happened to this?"
Yeah.
I said, man, calling the,
Yeah,
the engineer.
You call the engineer and then watch this. And when you give them the model number, they say,
Hello. So I just seem
Hello,
to be
engineer.
having a problem with the TV.
You know what the first thing they ask you? You give us the serial number, and it goes, "That does not belong to this
It's
this
got the wrong
brand."
serial
Yeah,
number.
we got no. If you got a
'Cause that's-
receipt,
You see, that's funny what you just said. That all jokes aside, because I think it's wrong. One, I think it's sabotage. I think it's that when we bamboozle her. Because what would have happened is because of the hurt that she felt at that point, she would have probably gone to have the ring appraised
Yeah, of course, they-
because she's thinking I'm
We
going to try.
know
I'm
they
trying.
do
I'm going to
that.
try and sell it for about 200K just to
know.
get embarrassment. Hold up embarrassment for man to tell you that it's not worth that, and then trying to offer you 2K for it.
Yeah, because the shock and horror that might.
Yeah, there would have a lot would have gone on in her head in the sense of he left me, then he swapped the ring, and
Yeah, no,
and
no,
she
it's
can't
so-
even
it's-
prove it.
it's-
She
Nah, it's
can't
bad,
even
it's
prove
some
it.
people don't come back from this.
Nah, it's bad. It's bad.
Because we're talking about people that have that level of money or wealth or whatever it was. Let's talk about the everyday, average, Joe and Jane. Yeah? When you do that, it hurts more.
I was going to say something else there, but I'm not going to.
glad you didn't.
Yeah, you know exactly what I
I'm
was going to say
so
because
glad.
he
But
said
he
it.
did that
Yeah,
on
he
When
set me
you
up.
do that,
Ali,
it
he
hurts
alley-ooped
more.
me, and I was going to dunk it.
It hurts more.
but
We're
I'ma
going to
leave
stay
it.
on brand and
I'ma
on
leave
top
it
of it.
alone.
When
I'ma
you
leave
do
it
that,
alone.
it hurts more
Shout out
because,
to my dog though.
bro,
Anyway.
you're doing too much.
No, I'm just saying, like okay,
When you do that, it hurts more. And why does it hurt more? Because
It's the
that-
realization.
the realization and everything is a little bit more tighter in terms of I don't have the same access. I don't have the same, call it, like I can't vent to so and so. The embarrassment. You see people that have these sorts of lifestyle, they don't mind telling you their story. Do you know how many people are keeping traumas and they can't tell because of the embarrassment of he got away with.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's such a valid point. So my question now is, because I didn't know that element of he came out and said it. Like he didn't get caught.
Because
So-
it could even, sorry, before you ask your question, it could even been a case of her finding out and thinking that, oh, he lied to me that it was worth X, Y, Z. It was really worth, not
Yeah,
knowing
do
that
you
he
know what I'm saying?
swapped
He
it out.
swapped it around.
Yeah, so for him to
the
say that-
realization, it's going to be like season 3, season 4 power, brethren.
But there must
crazy.
be a level of, like, something happened for him. You know, that's real petty. And not only is it petty, like, you do it with the intention of hurting somebody or making them look
Nah,
like...
I don't think it's pettiness. I think it's at
No,
that
because he would
point.
never have got caught. Like,
Of him
him coming out saying
that's
that.
just
Like,
knowing.
for
it's
you
a good,
to say
It's a
it-
good story.
It's a no. Again,
That's
I've said it 3 times.
At
Yes,
that level,
yeah,
it's a good story.
It's a good
but
story
it's
to know.
But we like it is a good story because it's entertaining for everyone on the other.
That's why
side.
it's a good story
but,
for them.
But at the same time, you know the damage it does to it, like those involved. So
But
that's-
it's what you've got away with, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's that whole aspect of robbing the
that's
bank
mad.
and knowing
People
that
that
you bust
manipulate
case.
do not care about the victim because the emotional intelligence is saying how bad you've done something to make the other people fall away. The manipulator does not think like that. And that's what I'm saying, but it's become everyday life because we're talking about 400K to 20K. Someone's doing it from £10 to £2.
That's what I was gonna say. Like she's honestly, because I'm
But
thinking
you're thinking, get over it. That's what it's saying. Get over, build a bridge and
Move
get
on.
over it.
Move on, innit?
what about 50K salary to 180K, but then you realize you're leaving with nothing?
Oh, that's the same. So going back to setups in a suit in a workplace, I think that calling out the smoke and mirrors is that same thing. You're being built up to believe that you are
Next up.
Yeah. But the person potentially building you up, you're next out.
It's true. Allow you to set up the bed for someone else to sleep on it.
It happens. And when we go back to every day, everyone's trying to pay bills and blah, blah, blah. So I think everyone can relate. And it's not only in the workplace. You could be an entrepreneur, so you got a business partner. So when we kind of was looking back at this, some business partners, one deals with all of the logistics and go, I don't do the finance bit because I'm not really the mathematician on this.
When the numbers ain't numbering,
and then
everyone's got a calculator.
He starts with for 5 years. And pay attention to the numbers. Learn every facet of the business.
Every aspect and facet
Learn
of
it.
the business. Even in your workplace.
In the workplace. Learn understand the policies. Understand what looks like smoke and mirror. Some people put so much trust in
the establishment.
Exactly.
It's true.
I'd love to know, if they, in terms of asking the audience, is there anyone out there that has experienced this in real time? And if they have, send us some.
I think every other person would have experienced it in a sense
in the workplace.
Of course, in the workplace, because it's like, I think that's probably where the most lighting of the gas happens.
Facts.
In the workplace.
And I'll tell you why that's so true.
Too much KKK and going on in the boardroom.
The stats.
And you're seeing the numbers coming and the sales that you're performing.
And it's not
equating to what your salary
and it's
is.
not even, the worst part about, because the workplace can be interesting. Sometimes it's about who you know.
The dynamics and
the dynamics and blah, blah. The stats suggest, and we could do a bit more fact finding, that in the culture, talking about our culture, the black, as we see sometimes being a minority of it, we end up putting back more, or going for employment tribunals, and we don't end up appealing. The answer is you're out. We're taking you to tribunal, didn't make it.
And then or you're out and say, do you know what, I'll let God handle them.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. I had a conversation with someone today about the exact same thing.
It's real.
Man
it's real.
got let go. Been doing a fantastic job, but he got let go in the establishment.
On a technicality
the technicality was he was in probation, so it's like he hasn't passed his probation yet.
Okay.
He's the manager of a bar, short restaurant, and obviously it's a hot day. So this happened not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. Very hot day, and he just so happened, it wasn't busy. He just so happened to be sitting down. Like he just took maybe a 5-10 minute break. It wasn't an official.
The plan was always to move him out.
But he was sitting down, and then. It got back to the manager. The main manager wasn't even on site. It got back to them, and then all of a sudden he's in the office and they're talking about, this isn't working out.
Yeah.
And as he's told me that, obviously from our background being in HR, I'm saying to him so what? No tribunal, no appeal. Did they offer that to you?
Yeah.
And he was just like, nah.
Yeah.
They just it's not working.
We don't even challenge.
And that's why I asked him, and he was like, to be honest with you, I didn't think to do it because it just felt like, because I'm on probation, I don't have the right.
I don't think to do it. I don't have the rights to do it.
Yeah.
If I'm not wanted, I don't want to be there anyway.
Exactly.
It's all the stuff that we tell ourselves, literally that we actually tell ourselves.
And that goes back to the education we give ourselves. We don't even know
what our rights are.
And we don't know what our rights are. And a lot of people that end up being victim to this, because that's technically what it is, isn't it? It's smoke and mirrors, but it's done in such a way that the exit plan makes you believe that you deserved it.
You deserved it, yeah.
And it's that. So when we talk about setup in suits, if the suit looks a particular way, it almost brings a level of fair. Do you see what I'm saying? It's carried out, it's executed.
Authenticity.
Some people are recruited to execute these types of behaviors.
Ooh.
There's that version of the executioner.
So you're brought in to take someone out, and then they'll take you out.
Facts.
So it's where
that's a double bluff.
That's it. When the sniper snipes you,
bro, for a second it didn't compute.
You're brought in as a hitman. But what happens to the hitman? You have to hit because
and it happens.
Only one person can know the true identity of whatever. I think
we have to keep calling it out. Smoke and mirrors exist in every dynamic in it, because the workplace is a different relationship. Your business partner is a different relationship.
What about the WhatsApp group?
The WhatsApp group, it's a different. It's all relationships, isn't it? I think again the WhatsApp group it's the same format.
You're not necessarily trying to like they're all in the tight circle, but really it's a triangle.
Can you say that again, please?
Some people
because
are
people
moving,
in the back didn't hear you.
Like they're in a tight circle, close knit.
Yeah.
But really, it's a triangle.
So what that means is you're in a WhatsApp group, but then there's another group without you.
Bro,
Yeah, there's 4 of you in the WhatsApp group, but then there's a group with 3 of us in it.
Yeah, because it's 4. Because the triangle is
the
a
triangle.
3-angle
That's mad.
shape. So you're not in the circle, but yeah, you're
in the outer
you're in
circle.
the outer circle.
The inner circle
But you
is
see
kind of
that?
different.
You see why you went to that, and I have to call that out. When you're in the outer circle, that's manipulation, bro. Because you moved the. Because you know what?
You moved the goalposts.
You moved the goalposts, but made it believable that the outer circle is still a good thing.
You made it believe that the outer circle is actually a
It's still
circle.
not bad. It's still a circle.
It's
just
a
on the
circle, but
outside.
it's not the inner
You're the
circle.
one protecting the circle because you're the outside.
Game of Thrones.
It's Game of
Protect
Thrones.
the walls.
It was about the houses, and is it Lannister?
Protect the walls.
Exactly.
But they always pay their debts,
that's
They
do you
always
know what?
pay their debt.
It's true. I think workplace wise, it's a disgusting place. It's
is,
disgusting because you have that whole aspect of believing in the dream, believing in the company ethos, the vision, and then it's that whole case of where you're made to doubt your own performance or even your own worth because of a couple of things that should not be a do or die situation for you in the workplace. I think we need to understand more about what you're worth and what you can actually.
That's important.
Can I just say, sometimes it's because you are a threat.
No, I would say
Do you understand?
all the time. I
Not
believe
all the
time
time, because sometimes it's deserved.
I don't want to back.
Sometimes
Sometimes
you're
it's
just
deserved.
rubbish.
I
Sometimes
don't want
you're
to back. The people that are lazy,
rubbish.
No, sometimes
that
you're
don't want to work.
useless.
I don't think.
No, because some people. Let's
Say
be honest.
useless.
There's some people just
Yeah,
come
but
in for the perks.
if you're useless and you're coming for the likes and follows, then you
And the
leave.
benefit.
You
Yeah,
leave and
so I don't blame when it happens, but I'm talking about where there's just one position and it's a setup to fail.
when it's a setup to fail,
that's not
evident.
nice.
And I
Yeah.
think for me personally, it's one of those things that being in that situation, I just have to laugh. I feel.
I think we've all been in there. When I think
feel
back
like what
about-
you've just said, I would have never thought to fight it, but now it's something that you do have to fight.
Exactly.
Whether you want it or not, whether you feel like you don't want to be there, you still have to fight and take what get whatever you can get out of it, because that's what they've done
always
to
come
you.
out of it on the fight, because the establishment, the organization also knows, especially a lot of these exit plans are done in ways, there's always a flaw somewhere in it.
Yeah.
And if you know your rights and blah, 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 they would rather not want to go down a particular road. But like we said, we're not equipped enough. So it goes back to the awareness, the education of it. Like, we don't know enough about it to fight about it. We'd rather, and you don't want to tell no one because the embarrassment that they let you go.
Yeah.
So you just quietly,
quietly shift or
just
leave,
quietly
or,
go
or
and look for
negotiate
another.
an exit.
Listen,
I think it's terrible because sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, HR are all over it in the sense where the people who are supposed to be defending you are the ones who are actually trying to do the forcing out.
Yeah.
So you have no legs to stand on because it's a case of, we're going to let you go, but you could always appeal it. Who you appealing to?
Yeah.
When you got no friends in the business,
That's it.
It's very hard for you to appeal
We
it.
witnessed this the other day,
and just to say that, obviously we're not going to dwell on the corporate side of it. There's bad HR
And good hate.
and there's good HR.
There's disgusting HR.
And there's disgusting HR and there's really good HR. So, but HR historically has a branding that anytime you're being called to HR, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's not really what it's the human resource side of it. It's supposed to give you the information and the tools you need.
But HR is rebranding itself now.
I was gonna say a lot of companies. Sorry to cut you. A lot of companies have rebranded
'Cause it's
HR
important.
and they've lost the human aspect of it, and
That's
it's just
also
resourcing.
true. There's also there's
The
two
other
sides.
side.
There's other sides where they're focusing more on the people side, but there's the other side that they're focusing on the resource side because everybody's been asked to cut costs.
So there is no human side to it anymore.
And
it's
with
just
technology, everybody's now it's AI HR, not a human HR that actually is going to say, look, this is what this means. Going back to, if you can't educate yourself with a conversation or do your own research about some of these things, you can't progress in. And I think, again, going back to the culture has to get better at sharing knowledge, better at information. Because a lot of us, I'm sure most of us listening to, at one point in our lives, we've been fired.
Okay, so in other words, are we ever guilty of these behaviors where we're gatekeeping? I don't gatekeep. I want everyone to eat. So in that
Exactly.
aspect, how are you doing that in the workplace? How are you doing that in your friend circles?
Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? This brings me to even had one of the friends them they're talking about the middleman. Is the middleman, going back to the business sense, smoking mirrors? And I'll give you a perfect example. We go
100%.
out for an event, festival, blah blah. Someone's got a plug for drinks. Yeah. The drinks are not necessarily being got from the bar, but we've all paid.
Okay, well, I would just like to say the middleman's industry is based on smoking mirrors.
Thank you.
It's based on gatekeeping. It's based on keeping.
I want to give you my point of view. I respect it. And I'll tell you why. Being the middleman, the worth and value of your connections, I don't have that. I can't say you just met someone today. No, you've worked on that relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
For them
true.
to be able to afford it to you at a particular price or a deal, or it could be anything. Now, I'm coming and I'm complaining that you're selling it or giving me that service.
I disagree with it because
So,
if
you don't like it?
Because if we're in a friend circle, if it's business, then by all means,
It's
middleman.
business, but
If it's business, then middleman all the way. But if we're in a friends circle,
But what if that's my business?
what, being a middleman?
Yeah.
Then do I get mates rate?
See, this is another way. We don't value my business. Though.
Well, you didn't tell me it was a business until today.
See what? Before
I didn't know.
I had the feeling of what you're saying in terms of like, if it's friend circle, then it's cool. But what I've realized that over the years, and not everyone, because in all friendship groups, you're gonna have people that you're tight with, people that you're not so tight with, people that you relate with on a level, so you can always be like, understanding it.
You can reason with,
But what I've found is, as we've got older, there's certain things that I don't know if I like. So as an example,
You don't know if you like.
so what I mean by it is, like, you're my mate.
Yeah.
I've got a business, or I'm the plug.
Yeah.
And I bring you in on something.
Yeah.
And I give it to you at a discounted rate.
Yeah.
But you still disrespect the discounted rate by not giving me what we've agreed.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
You give it to me at the very end. You pay everybody else.
Yeah. I was.
And then when I'm trying to get my pee,
I
you're
was going to
taking
say.
time.
I was going to say. I think the mates rate should be abolished because
No, I like the
I'll
mates
tell,
rate,
no, let
but
me
it should
tell
be
you why.
exclusive to people that deserve it.
It should be exclusive to a
Yeah,
tight circle
that inner circle.
because you're gonna pay for it anyway, right?
Right.
So, but because it's me, you want it at discounted rate when I still have to feed my family. So it's like for example, okay, our friend borrows me money, and I pay everybody else before I pay him. Yeah. Is that a disrespect?
No, I think if there's an agreed timeline, I don't
I've
think I start watching.
I've surpassed the timeline.
Yeah, but then is it because everybody else you're paying, they had a different timeline? They also wait.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
okay. So that's one way to look at it. But then again, what you just said about the mates rate. If I've got a business, as you said, like if this is my business, then I feel you should respect as my friend, close friend. You should respect him more than the outside person.
Different from a friendship meet.
Everyone. I think because then if I sell bread for a living and Sainsbury's sell bread for a living, but you want it discounted from me, but you're gonna go to Sainsbury's anyway and pay full price.
And the only reason I want it discounted because I know that you're getting it. I know the price you might be picking up for, which is half the price Sainsbury's pick. Do you know what I mean?
Are we talking about bread or are we talking about
bread? No, bread. So it could be anything. It could be bread. It could be drink. It could be clothes. It could be whatever. Service. I know because I know you're getting it because I just know your intel. All of a sudden, I want it at the price you got it from. And I'm saying, well, no, I've worked to build that relationship though. I'm like, you would have paid full price anyway, and I'm still giving it to you at. But you're like,
what
no.
you're saying in that context, smoke and mirrors is okay
Because the middleman is seen as smoke and mirrors, like you said. The plug. If you know what prices the plug's getting, if you really know the price, you feel like you're manipulating me. Why are you coming for my money?
I think that's a level of entitlement. Because
that's a level of entitlement, bro. That's why I said it should be abolished in the sense where you're going to buy it for that full price anyway. But because you know a man who can, you're then trying to disrespect, my service.
Balance.
But where's the balance? Where's the balance? When I'm a handyman for a living.
I'll tell you what.
I'm a handyman for a living. Yeah. And you bought this IKEA furniture and you want me to come and set up in your house for £20.
Yeah.
But if you go onto Gumtree, man, them are telling you £80.
Exactly.
But you're going to call me. That means you don't value me as a friend. You still see me as back in the day picking cotton. Yeah. You see me as a slave, brethren. Yeah.
I don't know if we're still on smoke and mirrors, but I get it.
That is smoking mirrors at the biggest,
And you know what I like the example?
Form.
Everyone's got something to set up a shelf for you. That every one of us have had this experience.
By the way.
I'm just saying, but everyone's had this experience that is so relatable that you've got a friend that can get you something. That's a plug. A friend of a friend. And it sounds to me like the reason it's not smoke and mirrors is if I come to you very transparently and go, oh, by the way, I bought this for this price, but I need to make a little change on it. So I'm going to sell it to you if you don't mind. Because at that point, it's not manipulation. I'm being so transparent and honest. And then you're saying to me, well, let me decide whether I want to pay the price. So don't come to me and go, nah, it's this price, innit? But I heard you got it for that price, but you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I think you're watching my pocket at that.
It's that bit you want, because when it's transparent, it's not smoke and mirrors. It's not manipulation. I've given you all the information.
But it's manipulation on your end because you're watching my pocket. You don't want me to eat.
Exactly.
You want it, and then you want to still have it for the same price. When as you said, I've done all the hard work. I've gone to X, Y, Z to find the cheapest, and then you just want to just reap that reward.
They're risking their life for it.
Many
and
the
reality, drop it in the comments. What I think everyone can relate to this topic. Everyone's got a friend that's a plug, but I value the plug role. I think the middleman, middlewoman, plug, whatever you are. Only reason I value
middle
is
day.
Middle day.
Middle day as well. Middle. The middle. In the middle. The middle of all. Yeah. I value it for one reason. I'll tell you the reason why. When you've seen the art of building a relationship that lasts for X amount, that they trust you with a product, trust you with a service, blah, blah. I don't see that as everyone should have the same access to that. You know what?
You've built that.
Age, you see what you've just said there? There's an element, and that's why I love my circle and the outer circle, because there's an element. But
you can't love the outer circle.
Yeah, of course I do. But
because then you bring them into the inner circle.
Yeah, seasons, isn't it? But but it goes both ways.
I said you're season 5 on Netflix.
You're seasonal.
But
they're about to cancel your shit.
I love that because there's an element of valuing the person.
Yeah.
Like when you come with the mindset of valuing someone's time, or valuing someone's capability or skill set. And you know what I used to think, AJ being him and his brother, great instrumentalists, isn't it? Back then, everybody used to reach out to these guys
to do it for free.
And you lot just done it
for free. Bro. So then, at that aspect, were they being devalued or were they not valuing themselves?
Both. And I'll tell you why both. Because from growing up,
I feel like I've opened something.
I think it was a cultural thing as well.
No, it's cultural. It's cultural.
You can't say no to the unks.
Morally, and for me being a religious individual, there's an aspect of what you're doing for others. Do you know what I mean? Service. So it's both. That's why I say it's both. It's the giving back.
Internal circles know that. So they manipulate.
And exactly. I'll tell you where it becomes. When you start doing it for free all the time.
Yeah.
But you know I'm growing. So when they say yes to this price, not to this price, they say no, it's the same price.
Bro, that's oppression, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's that. Because I'm now understanding that, you actually know what's happening here. Yeah. But you're choosing to keep yesterday's price, which was nothing.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Was free. Yeah, exactly. So culturally, it happens a lot. So I would say both.
I think it's from when you decide to value yourself and actually put a value on yourself. If it's just something I can do in it. Yeah. Like, you know I can get stuff. So because I can get stuff, you're gonna look. But if you know this is my business where I actually get stuff,
that's the bit I'm talking
that's the
about.
difference. Once it becomes a business, then I think sometimes it's not manipulating when you think it's just it comes easy to you. It's an art form. Yeah. Some people can just
But that's still their gift.
Yeah, but my gift, I haven't established that my gift is what I'm moving forward in yet. So I'm just it's nothing in it. It's just throwaway. But once I decide to lock in and this is what it is, then I have to let everybody know.
Message, because the moment going back to either performing, doing gigs, or helping someone do something, the moment I decide that this stops, respect it.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
And that's it. So going back to it, because everyone can relate to one thing, you can be that most helpful friend in the group that people keep calling on for whatever. Yeah. You could be whatever the plug you are. The moment you decide there's a value and there's a price, respect it. Everybody should respect. And that's where we know it's not smoke and mirrors.
So respect my time, respect.
But when you manipulate me, even after I told you to believe that, no, on this one occasion, still do it.
Okay, so watch this,
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No.
So just based on what we've just kind of discussed and whatnot, how do you spot the red flags? Like, how do you figure out if
that's dangerous, man? It's dangerous because I think you have to set aside. You have to set.
And I'm talking about in
all aspects. You have to set. You need to put everybody in a inner circle, outer circle, where you know what's what. You know who's who in your life. Once you know who's who in your life, then you can then decide on what levels of games are being played.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, my close friends are setting up a podcast. They tell me to come on it. Are they manipulating me?
Wow.
You know, are they using me, or are they trying to bring me in? It's one of those ones where you're thinking, okay, so who's better?
That's interesting.
But
it's both.
But it's
both, and I'll tell you why it's both. Because it's directly you. Bro, you look but you look good.
Yeah, but
the only reason you look good, you have the intelligence and you have knowledge and experience.
So you're trying to sell me.
But watch this, not even so much
back
that.
on the plantation
but equally, either they're trying to use me, or what was the second half? We're using me or work with me. It's both. We all bring something
to the table
that we know is valuable to the table.
So see, that's funny. As funny as it was, that's what I was going with. So there are many times where, as I say to, like, we're still sharp and still.
Yeah.
But there's certain times where it's just stone be sharpening the steel. So are you stone or are you still? In a sense, we're still sharp and still.
That's how the red flag. Right? That's a good way to spot the red flag.
Because it's like, what am I bringing to the table? Like where you just said about, oh yeah, you know, these are the aspects and these are the skill sets that the reason why.
I think the good thing that you say about that is that when there's an understanding, because let's be honest, like when there's an understanding that, like, because you mentioned using, or what was it that you mentioned?
I said,
are they using
or what? And you said both, yeah.
Yeah. Are they using you, or are they bringing you in?
Bringing you in, yeah.
But when there's an understanding of the value of what it is that person, like, I wouldn't come and try and use somebody that's useless. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like real recognized rule. There's a respect level. So I want to park the word use out of it, even though to a certain degree you're right.
You know why I say it's used? Because when the third party external, whoever's going to watch this sees this, there's not only aesthetically, but the conversation being brought, the value of it, it's allowed a listener to hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? So the using is, it's like your hook to bring, like, the conversation makes sense.
The conversation makes sense because of the relationship. So obviously I know our relationship's kind of different in it. So I know there's never going to be I don't even think there'll be an element of being used. But where you just said you can't use a useless person, you actually can, because you can. Yeah,
oftentimes a useless person gets used because they don't know what their value is, but they're useful, but they're made to feel they're useless.
So that's what I want the takeaway to be, would be like, what is your value? You know, in any relationship that you're in, like, what do you bring to the table? Like, you know, to an extent where, are you being used or are you being brought in?
And you know the worst part, that we like those key words. When we talked about stalking, we're talking about used. Used is leverage. I'm saying everybody brings a level of leverage, but when it's open and transparent, it looks like used. We all know the end goal, the outcome. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's when you don't know.
That's the actual definition of collaborative working.
Yeah, because I'm not going to collaborate if you don't bring nothing.
But when you don't know your value, that's where you can still collaborate with a useless horse and still get to where you're going.
But you know what? And I'll tell you what people do that. Talent scouts, that's their job. And you might not, at the point you were scouted, know the true value. How can somebody see
the true value?
A 13, 14, 9-year-old football player and say, this is what the future is? They're scouting. That's their skill set. You're into the whole football management and, you know, the behind the scenes of that stuff. If you think about it, and don't want to go into another topic, are they using that talent so early on, where the agent is going to get paid for scouting and all these other bits, or they just understand that's their job to scout it, but they put the protection, the governance, the blah blah in place. When that talent becomes amazing, are we going to go back and say thank you to the person that used or found?
But there's levels to that.
That's it. There's levels because there's a service being provided. I think that hidden thing again of that middleman situation is: are you valuing my my service that I'm providing you at this stage of your
But service
of
is
your
called,
career.
it's manipulation been called service. It is a service,
Yes,
legit, because some parents are not involved in that process enough or don't have enough knowledge because they're the ones that can really protect their asset or their child, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you providing a service are only doing a job.
Yeah.
And you've provided a service, but I'm saying smoke and mirrors because not everyone makes it.
But that's where that whole saying of, "Oh, sorry, bro, it's just business." That's where it comes into it because
That's
it's
crazy.
it's a service, but it's a use. It's usage because we all look at the end goal, as you say, of what am I gonna get out of it.
There's got to be
it's
an
the same
outcome.
thing with it. There has to be an outcome for you as an individual, as a group.
Yeah.
It only makes sense when we're singing the same song. If we're in a group and one person wants to be Cisco from the get-go, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and you know the reason I use the age difference, because not everyone, that young talent or other person might be seen as useless. You're just not mentally mature enough to know the situation. So also surround yourself with
the right people.
The right people that can point and go, right, that stuff you're trying to get into, that don't look right, don't feel right. And I think we made a statement from the boardroom to the bedroom, right? The both instances, someone's present. So what you're saying is be present in, whether it's in the boardroom, don't say it's for them.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or someone's in charge of the bread. No, be present at all points.
So good.
Or get the right type of support, understanding, awareness.
Get HR.
Get HR if you need HR. Get a good, main character energy.
Have good HR. Don't just have that friend that
That's
tells you
also
X, Y,
true.
Z.
That's
So that
also
friend
true.
has to be your HR, but that HR has to be someone who knows
Has
their
right
shit.
governance, right
they,
policy.
They understand the right
Everything.
policies. They're
And
not just going to
doing
tell
it
you what
for
you need to hear.
Not just, and they're good enough. We talk about yes men and yes women. They're not just going to say, yeah, just to shoo you away in it. They value that you're not useless. They
Your
value
well-being, your outcome.
There you go. Because if we look at the community, oh my gosh, this stuff is every day. As you're watching this right now, someone's smoking mirrors. Just happening.
Someone's just messaged you who has smoking mirrors
What did they say in the
tendencies.
message?
No, I'm saying someone's
That
just messaged
WYD
you right now what you do. Fuck off. Okay.
On that note.